Good Monday morning to you guys. I hope you had some sort of break on Sunday. If you were at home, I heard Betsy Price was riding her bike, which is one of the things that she does. She loves Mayor Price, is the mayor of Fort Worth, Texas. So some of you have seen her, even some of my international friends. You've been at city council, so you've met the mayor, and she's quite extraordinary. So, good morning from Fort Worth. Stacy, I'm so excited you're here. I am getting used to you being at relaxation, but 10 a.m., this is really, really terrific. And Wyatt and Graham, this is your 10 a.m. grandmommy moment. So I hope you're with me this morning. That would be really cool. And before we start our book, I really like to say thank you at the top instead of the end to Neely Reynolds, who wrote the beautiful song you heard. It's in our show, The Kite. And so to Neely Reynolds, who lends his music to our original works, thank you. It was the perfect song for the perfect time. And so, okay, this book sits in my now grandchildren's bedroom, once my kids' bedroom, and I love it. It's called Mousetronaut, and I especially love this, not just because it's a cool story, but because of who gave it to me. And so some of you who've grown up at Kids Who Care, or maybe just know me from some other world, know Muzzy was my mom. It was her grandmommy name. And she continued to buy children's picture books until she just wasn't here any longer. She just kept buying children's picture books. It didn't matter how old she was. She was in her 80s and still buying them. And so this one is especially sweet because I know she bought it for my grandsons, and that's really cool. I also think it's cool because it's written by a real astronaut, and what's really crazy, I don't know how many times this happens, is that Mark Kelly's identical twin brother Scott, also an astronaut. In fact, Scott stayed up in outer space for a whole year, so we could really talk to him about staying in small spaces for a long time. So many reasons, and you'll see that my friend Elmo has the closest thing he has to a space mask, and so he's wearing it today. All right, so this is Mousetronaut, written by an astronaut, Mark Kelly, and illustrated. I love when it says who drew the beautiful pictures, and we know that's an illustrator, right? C.F. Payne is the illustrator, and so here we go. As you know, we always look just inside the cover because one never knows before you even get to the story what might be here. And when I opened this, I was thinking about when I was in elementary school and I went in my front yard in Midland, Texas to look at the stars because I needed to map them for my class at school. And so I am certain someone who knows the stars better than I can totally look at this and tell us which part of the galaxy we're looking at, right? Then you turn the page one more, and it's before we even get to the story. Of course, here we are again. Oh, look at the mouse. Looking up at that beautiful star or planet. Looking up, standing out. This looks just like me in third grade when I would map out the stars for my class. But over here, before we move further, what I do love about owning books is that when someone gifts me a book, I always love for them to sign it so that I remember later, oh my gosh, this was a gift from. And this is really cool because here is Muzzy's signature, which I adore. But I want to read to you first who this book is for, because an author or an illustrator gets the opportunity to say thank you or who that person loves. And so this is written by Mark Kelly to my daughters, Claudia and Claire, who despite the risk have always bravely supported me in my quest to reach the stars. Imagine if you're related to somebody who goes up in rockets and goes to outer space. Well, you have to be very brave to be in that family and to say, yay, go do that. And he also says to the astronauts of NASA who give us the creative energy to reach for the stars. I love that this book was written by a really, really smart scientist. I mean, if you're going to go into outer space, you better know your stuff. But it's all about creativity, because someone had to think up, we should go to the stars and the moon. I mean, that's highly creative. I love that. So just in case you're wondering, what does Muzzy say to me? She says, actually to my grandchildren, what fun to go with our little mousetronaut on his first mission. Hugs, kisses, Muzzy, 2/24/13, 7 years ago. Okay, let's see what happens. The space shuttle is set for a launch, and the astronauts are doing their last-minute training to prepare for the mission. Look at this. That checklist. All of us have checklists, right? So no matter what you do, you have a checklist of some kind. And when I looked at pictures, of course, I love it that you can get on the internet, and looked at pictures of Mark Kelly, I think that is him. When I look closely, I believe that is him. Perhaps I'll send him an email and find out in his book. Is that you right in the middle? It looks a lot like him. And of course, his brother, the astronaut, looks exactly like him. They're identical. The astronauts are doing their last-minute training to prepare for the mission. Ooh! NASA is sending along some special guests for this flight, and they are training too. Oh. And maybe inside your house, there's something that looks a bit like this too. Because right now you can get outside in Fort Worth, Texas and take a walk with your family, or ride a bicycle, or do all kinds of exercise. But for a lot of people, it's too cold or it's snowing. And so whatever it is, having an indoor place to exercise is also great. I love how the artist in anything, you can actually feel and hear. This looks like this little guy is going, yeah? Oh, I love it so much. Oh, this guy's exercising, or girl is exercising their brain. Round ball in a round hole. Well, I've had toys like that here. Oh, you can tell a lot about who Mark is by his face. Our mouse is smaller than all the rest. His name is Meteor. The other mice know he won't be chosen for such an important mission, but someone has his eye on Meteor, and he's impressed with the little mouse's hard work. So here is the astronaut who's going on the mission. His name is already in it. And here are the mice that are waiting to be selected, as all astronauts do. You just keep waiting to see when it's your time. And look, while everybody else is chatting, look what Meteor is doing. Getting another mile in, I suppose. And being little's a great thing. The shuttle commander announces that 6 mice will be selected for the flight. He picks 5 of the biggest, strongest mice, but for the 6th spot, to everyone's surprise, he chooses Meteor. Oh, cool. Oh my heavens. Now here's the other group, right? So he announces those 5. Everybody's like, yeah, of course, they're big, they're strong, they're smart. And then, Meteor. I trust this completely because I just happen to live with kids all the time, and I totally believe any of us who know kids know you can totally trust the smallest one. These guys are a bit surprised as well, right? Oh, Meteor, how fun. Let's see what's going to happen. All 6 are taken to their new home, a special cage called the Mouse Hotel. The other mice are nervous as the countdown begins, but not Meteor. look at Meteor. He's like in the sweet spot. Meteor's like, ooh, this is where I want to be. This is awesome. And then, I don't know if you've ever seen this kind of liftoff, but I have. Throughout my whole childhood, amazing things, new things were happening. And so we all watched every single time one of these amazing rockets took off. And they say, and we're going to do a countdown, so I'm sure you're going to want to do it with me. My cameraman Dexter's even going to do it. We're going to count down for this rocket to take off. Are you ready? Here we go. 10, 9,
8.
I need a little more help from Dexter, don't you think? As the cameraman. We need to this is a big deal. You ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off. Oh my goodness. You guys, I don't know if you've ever been or lived somewhere near NASA. I mean, this is incredible. Incredible. If you ever even get to see this on television, or you ought to Google it and go watch one, it just is breathtaking. Oh my gosh, how fast are they going? All of the human beings and the mice are right in there. Look at that. They're right in that part. That other part is the rocket launcher. Whoa. Takes a lot of muscle to get up out into outer space. Oh, I love it. Lift off. At first, the mice are pressed flat against their cages by the power of the launch. But then the pressure goes away. The other mice cling to their cage in terror. But Meteor, he loves the feeling of weightlessness. Okay, first of all, look at that. As they take off, you know, we're so fast. And then they become weightless. And these strong big mice are hanging on for their lives. But look at Meteor. Oh, Meteor is having a blast. So if you're going to be an astronaut and you do all these tests, one of the things about casting an astronaut, casting is theater language for who can do it, casting an astronaut is they have to love being weightless, because they're just going to be weightless a long time, the whole time they're there. Oh, and look. Hey, little guy, the commander says, you're a natural, a real live astronaut. This is their wheelhouse, to say this is the place that these two are so comfy. This doesn't feel scary to them. This is like, I am in it. Now here we go. Because, you know, they do so many experiments while they're up there. Oh, look at them, friends. Doesn't matter how old they are, it's that they can think the same thoughts at the same time. So much fun. Meteor is taken from his cage and gets to tour the shuttle. He can even see the Earth way off in the distance. Okay, so first you look at this whole capsule, right? And then you have to see, which I'm sure you did immediately. There is Meteor right on the front. They knew if they took him out, he wouldn't be afraid, because he was having a great time. You can see the Earth. Whoa. Whoa, I love it so much. You know, if you have a picture book, then really you can just spend a long time on one page. There's no hurry, right? You get to read it and just sit on one page for as long as you want, because there's so much detail. And you know, since this was written by an astronaut, this is correct. It's not like made up stuff. I'm sure it's correct. He's got a pen tucked way up there, inside a clip so it doesn't float away. The astronauts are all very busy during the 14-day flight. There are spacewalks to take and experiments to conduct. So busy. 14 days, 2 weeks. So 2 weeks they're gone, a bit like a longer vacation, right? Wow. Imagine walking in outer space. Going outside the capsule? Really? Oh, let's see what's here. But what can Meteor do to help? So Meteor, a true scientist, is watching all of this and thinking, I'm not here just for the ride. I would like to be doing something useful while I'm here. Then, while answering an email, okay, wait a minute. Email way up the, okay, that's crazy. I read that like I read it for the first time. Then, while answering email, one of the astronauts notices the key to the control panel is stuck between the monitors. When he tries to get it out, it accidentally gets wedged further down. Oh my word, it's like losing your car keys. Oh my heavens, look at his face. Ooh. This isn't good, says the commander. We need that key back. One astronaut tries to move the monitor. It doesn't budge. Another slips her fingers into the crack, but the key is stuck down too deep. One even tries pushing it out with a long piece of metal, but with no luck. No one can reach it. Oh, guys. And it's not like they can go get another one. They're up there in outer space. They can't run home and get another one. And nobody can run the key to them. That's pretty impossible. But the key's important. Holy guacamole. Did you hear he and she? I mean, boys and girls are astronauts. I mean, if a mouse is an astronaut. Boys, girls, monkeys, chimpanzees. One even tries pushing it out with a long piece of metal, but with no luck, no one can reach it. The astronauts are getting worried, but as they discuss the problem, a tiny figure has an idea. Being the smallest isn't a bad thing, Meteor says to himself. Maybe I can be useful on this flight. Okay, first, see, they're over here solving. And so, I mean, astronauts are used to solving. They have solved really incredible things. You don't know all the answers till you get out there. So this feels normal to them. Worried, but not desperate, right? But look over here while they're busy solving. Can you see the mouse? Oh, do you see the mouse? Yeah. Here's the mouse. Oh, look at his eyeball. Look at his eye. He's looking, you know, you have to kind of close one eye to get telescopic view with the other one. Looking in the crack to see where is that key. So the grown-ups are busy planning. They don't look desperate yet. I mean, they get in tight spots. They have to be really inventive to go out into outer space. Meteor squeezes his way into the crack. The space is dark and cramped, but Meteor spots the key and tugs at it with all his might. Oh my, well, we know mice can get in small spaces. I had a family of mice one time that was living in my pantry. Yeah, they can get in the tiniest spaces, so that's helpful. Ooh, but he's not quite there, you see? The key is just beyond him. Hey, look at what our tiny friend has done, the commander says. He saved the mission. Really, guys? Look at their eyes. Good heavens. And of course he's floating. Once he could get it out of there, then he doesn't even have to carry a big weight because it's weightless too. So he just floats up and away. What a surprise. What a delight. Oh, this is my life. Small people solve things all of the time where I live in Kids Who Care. And I do love all of their faces. Look at this guy's eyeballs. Maybe he had said, I don't know, that's a tiny mouse. How much help will he be? Well, just the right size for just the right thing. When the shuttle returns to Earth, Meteor is declared a hero. He's even given a brand new uniform and official title, Mousetronaut. Okay, so let's start with Meteor. Let's start to see. Look at his incredible suit. Right, somebody got busy before they came down, right? And look at this crowd. Isn't that awesome? Oh my gosh, how cool is that? They're all cheering. So cool. Oh, he's just shining. All the press is there. Somebody's going to do a story. I would imagine that Meteor is going to appear on somebody's show. Ellen's or Oprah's or Jimmy Fallon. He's about to make appearances everywhere, I'm sure. It's so cool. He wasn't just sitting in his cage. Because he was out there, he could help them solve. You got to get out there. All the astronauts cheer and applaud, but Meteor's already thinking about his next mission. Look at that. Sheer joy. Sheer joy. What the astronauts do is exceedingly dangerous. But they're so excited, they're not looking at the danger, they're looking at what can happen. What's the solution? Whatever's the obstacle, okay, whatever, I have to get out there. But they just figure out a way to get out there so then they can swim in this incredible possibility. Incredible possibilities. Let's see what's next. Oh, although I'm not going to read all of this to you, this is cool. Because look what happens. It's called an afterword. In a play, we have epilogues that sort of sum it up. This one is remarkable. Reading about this and finding out there were 18 mice who went originally, and that there was a small mouse, and really all of this is the place you really want to then delve. That's really cool. The afterword. Okay, let's see. So you're going to have to get that. Oh, so cool. Oh, wait a minute. To learn more, a bibliography. Oh, look at all of their research right here, right? So this didn't just happen. All of the research, and then, oh, internet resources. This is cool. So if you own this book, look at all the internet places you can go. I love this. So this is like a book that keeps going and going and going and taking you somewhere to research. And then we look back here. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful outer space. And you always have to look on the back to see what's on the back. So let's look. Oh, how nice. That is a shooting star. That is a shooting star. All right, so this morning, here's what I thought. This is what I absolutely thought about, is that these astronauts, like especially when I look right here at Meteor reminds me right now of our heroes. Aren't you amazed at our heroes? The doctors and the nurses and the people at the grocery store bringing your groceries out. And they sort of, actually, to be honest, right now, our doctors and nurses look even a little bit different. They have on like a spacesuit, right? And they have on not only just a mask, but a lot of them have like what this helmet would be, a shield in front. And when you see them, because I'm seeing them on the news, they are just this way. Because the thing about it, even though right now, for a lot of us, there are heroes, because just like going in outer space could be scary, their mission is always a bit scary. But my friend Taylor Fox, who's a nurse here in Fort Worth, Her mission is to go into places that have things that might be scary to other people and just go at it with solutions. So there's a solution. The solutions are coming through our doctors and scientists and all the people helping us keep safe. Everybody who's working hard to make sure we have food and make sure everybody in the hospital has someone there with them, holding their hand. They have on a mask, they're wearing protective covering, but helping, right? So right now, our heroes are completely engaged in not seeing the obstacle getting in the way, but jumping over the obstacle. Not seeing taking off, but seeing where they're going, right? Oh, I've really fallen in love with this book. It happens all the time, right? It happens all the time. I got to get Elmo up here because look, he was totally ready for today. He dressed up for today, which is great. I'm Deborah Jung, and our incredible team here at House Jung is a team of 2. So I want to thank Dexter A. Jung III, who has actually learned to be a great stage manager, and he's my sound guy, and he is also my camera guy. And when we leave in just a moment, you're going to hear some music, and the music is from the most incredible piece called Look Up, about how technology is like awesome, and how technology also has to be put down so you can look at the trees and walk outside without it, right? So I can't wait for you to listen to the music. Marissa Sykes, our friend, will be singing. And Dexter's also saying to me, all our friends that have joined us, oh my gosh, Mike Moore, hi, I'm so glad that you're here. And Debbie Brown, old actress friend. Well, you're not old, but my old friend, actress friend, I'm so happy you're here. And of course, Tracy, who's with us all the time to help us, Tracy Clyburn, who makes sure all this stuff happens. And Michelle, Tony Sanchez, what? I'm just looking at this and it's making my heart so happy. Trisha and all the girls. Hi, Stella. Hi, Colby. It's good to see you. Okay, so here we've been, 10 a.m. We are here at 10 a.m. because it takes a lot of courage right now to stay at home. Do it. It takes a lot of courage for people to be out there finding the solutions, but I know I'm an optimist and I know I'm an idealist. Okay, yes, but I am absolutely certain that the scientists will find all the things I need to know about vaccines and cures. We'll just do our part, right? I'm going to stay in the house all snugly, be doing some work on some art, those kinds of things. I hope you are too. I hope that you're back tomorrow, and I'm reminding you as we leave, you're getting to hear live art, Marissa Sykes singing the beginning of the most beautiful show called Look Up. I hope you'll join us in July in person or virtually. We'll see. Either one's going to be good. All right, I'm taking Mousetronaut. I might sleep with it tonight. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Contrails in the sky.